recording.
The light's okay too, right?
Light's great. I'm happy with it. That looks great. I look a little washed out, but I don't give a fuck. Maybe I dropped the ISO like 1 point on this.
See.
Yeah, that is better. I'll give a clap for the sync. Ro, this is your clap. All right.
Yeah, bro. Did you get the
Action.
claps?
Did you get the claps?
Let's get into the Greek. Got the clap.
What is the clap?
The clap? You mean the STD?
The STD, what is it?
I have no idea, man.
You don't
Yeah,
know?
I don't know.
I don't know.
You look like you know.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know you know
Yeah,
what
I
the
smell
clap
it from
is.
here.
What's the clap? Well, that's an older reference, an older term.
I believe the clap is crabs, isn't it? Crabs?
No.
Is it when you get
No,
crabs?
the clap is gonorrhea.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're right. The
Yeah,
clap
yeah,
is
yeah.
gonorrhea.
Crabs?
But it's a lighter version of, it's a lighter gonorrhea. Am I right?
Crabs pinch. They don't clap, dude.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I had them all. I get confused.
What do you mean a lighter version of gonorrhea?
Wasn't there levels of gonorrhea?
There's now a super gonorrhea for you young guys out there. There's super gonorrhea, which is antibiotic resistant. That's a happy topic. So wrap up your fucking dicks, boys. You know what I'm saying? No, but you know that crabs are almost extinct because everybody shaves their pubes these days? Crabs, like the STD doctors will tell you, they haven't seen a case of crabs in 20 years.
Oh, there you go.
Everybody shaves
The
their
benefits of shaving your dick.
Shaving your dick. Do you shave your dick or just the balls?
Gotta shave the balls, man.
You gotta shave the balls?
Gotta shave the balls. The balls gotta be smooth, man.
But the dick too, right? The base of the dick you shave.
Well, you know, if you have hairs there, sure, yeah.
You can't.
Are we? Is this started? Are we
Yeah,
podcasting?
just go, man.
Are we podcasting?
Yeah,
now?
we're just fucking.
We're actually
in.
pod-
You just
no.
fucking.
Yeah,
in,
let's
man.
do a cheers. Cheers
Let's
for
do
the
a
beginning
cheers.
of the podcast.
There we go.
Thank you for inviting us, guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Should we introduce ourselves? Who gives a
Nah, who
shit?
gives a fuck who you are? No one cares who any of us are.
Nah.
All right.
Nemo, I love your glasses though, like with the nerd thing in the middle with the tape.
Oh, yeah.
You look like Peter Parker.
Right?
You look
yeah.
like you look like you spend your nights as
Are
Spider-Man.
the cameras
Right?
rolling? Are they rolling?
Everything's rolling.
Are you sure? I'm a little bit
Everything's
nervous.
rolling.
I can't move around.
No, this isn't Hollywood,
Mark's
Mark.
used to saying action.
Action
Where's
scene
the red
is-
light?
Yeah, the red light.
This is Hollywood. We just get going, man.
All right.
We get straight into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Straight
No,
into the
you're
gonorrhea, yeah.
You're a super good looking guy. You're a very good looking guy. But the glasses,
Well, I
the glasses.
appreciate it,
Do you tone down the good looks with the nerd glasses deliberately, or you just broke your glasses?
Yeah, I just try to slow it down with this. You know, I'm going Clark Kent. You know, when I need to be Superman, you know, I need to be Superman. But I like going Clark Kent. You know, I keep it low key.
You see, you should make some efforts like Nemo. Eh? Tone down those looks a little.
I,
making the rest of us
I
look
slowed
bad.
it down by just being born.
But you were once good looking, right?
I was once good looking.
Yeah.
You know, age does wonders on you when in your face when you get older.
You've been in the film industry a long time.
A long time.
A long time. Decades.
Well, let's take it easy. Let's take it easy.
Well, when you were a kid and you were watching classics, I'm saying you have like 5 decades of knowledge, not because you've been in the film industry 5 decades.
Yeah, when he started, TVs were black and white.
Exactly.
Well, the funny thing is, when I was growing up in the '70s in California, I was a big fan of the stuff that were done in the '50s, like Leave It to Beaver, Andy Griffith Show, in the '60s too, like Gilligan's Island and these kind of shows. So I was a bigger fan of the old stuff than the new stuff, like the Brady Bunch. This is all before my time.
Right.
But to me, that's what was airing because it was
That's what I'm saying.
syndication.
Kids these days love Friends and Seinfeld from the 90s.
That's
and
right.
That's to them vintage, but we grew up with that shit.
That's
But you grew up in the 80s watching Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
70s.
Well, as a kid in the '70s, I grew up going home watching Andy Griffith, Leave It to Beaver, Gilligan's Island. Yeah, stuff like that, Brady Bunch.
Let me ask you about the porn in the 70s. Like in the 70s, you did not have VHS, cassette porn, nothing. You had to go to one of those theaters like Pee Wee Herman got busted.
I never did that. But I would go into your parents' little cupboard and there's maybe a little porno magazine.
Magazines,
But
holy shit.
But not a porno magazine. It was more literature, and I had to read it. So I was excited.
Oh, man. You had to read.
Yeah,
Holy
read
shit.
You had to read. The kids these days don't know what they have. I tell you.
They used to have the big bushes in the porns back in the day, right?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They
Yeah.
used to have big bushes.
They used to do it. Now it's all silky
When I
smooth, you know?
started getting into the '80s, when I was turning 12, 13, then we started having VHS.
Yeah.
And then, back then we had Peter North and
Peter North.
John Holmes, and you had a lot of bush everywhere, a lot of hair everywhere, and you could smell it from the fucking VHS. The stench would come from the fucking.
It used to be the
video.
staple of back in the day, you know?
yeah.
Whenever I think like 50s, 60s porns, just imagine like a huge bush, man.
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
bushes. Big bushes. When did they start to disappear? Do you remember? During your
they-
years of whacking off?
Well, my whacking year started when I was 13, so that must have been in the early '80s.
Wow. Around RoboCop 1, if anybody's wondering.
I think around the early '90s is when I think
Bush started to disappear.
It's the same time as the silicone breast came into play.
It was. I remember.
Everything became the silicone and the
that was a good time for the world.
Yeah, it was.
Silicone
Yeah,
tits.
it was.
I remember it well.
Yeah.
Fake,
Yeah.
unrealistic silicone tits.
That's
But it
right.
was kind of like you saw the bush disappear slowly. It was like the
Yeah.
Amazon rainforest. It wasn't like just overnight bald.
That's
pussy.
true. That's
it was
true.
literally. It went from like bush to triangle to strip to Brazilian. Right? Like it
Yeah.
was a slow deforestation.
Yeah, now it's complete. It's like
Now it's like one pube and nobody wants to watch
But it's
that.
funny. I got so used to being bald pussy. Like my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend has a bald pussy?
Well, she does, but
That's
sometimes sometimes she doesn't shave, and is this being recorded?
You can see the regret on his face as he started
it's
talking
funny.
about it.
I used to look at
As of tomorrow morning, Mark's a single man.
I used to get nostalgic and go like, "Wow, cool Bush," you know.
Yeah.
But as I get older, I'm like, "Oh, Bush."
Really?
Yeah, I'm not so excited
Because
about
I'm
it.
loving.
It's
The
too
more
far away. The nostalgia, you know.
interesting. Interesting. The more that I'm enjoying Bush coming back.
Yeah.
Not like George Bush. I mean, I'm enjoying Bush making a re-entry because you know. There comes a point when you're like, it gives some texture. It gives some accent, right? It gives a little flavor. Something groomed is nice.
Yeah.
What do you
Groom's
think?
great. I like a landing strip.
You like a landing
She's got a,
strip?
she's got a
Yeah.
nice
I agree
little
with
landing
that.
strip right there, a
Yeah.
little heart, you know.
A heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put effort into it.
Yeah.
Right?
A heart's a lot of effort. Did you
That's
ever
it.
shave a heart into a girl's area?
No, I usually give him.
You give him a mustache?
I give him a little hair down
And you
there.
give yourself a little kiss.
Well, I think it's like effort is important because when a woman shaves and takes care of her vagina, it shows some. It shows some. What do you say? You can't say pussy on podcast, can you?
It's just the way you said
Vagina.
it. Vagina.
It's like women when they get. I used to. When I lived in L.A. I went to film school in L.A. in the '90s. I was with a lot of women with fake tits, and it used to turn me on because it was like she's putting the effort to be sexy. So it was a funny thing. So I don't really have a negative about women who decides to put breast implants. But as I get older, again, I like the more natural thing.
You like natural titties.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, but women in general put more effort than us into looking beautiful. You know,
Do
you're
they?
just gonna shave. You know, you put on some fresh clothes and you're good to go. She's got to do the makeup. She's got to smell really nice before she goes out and everything. They put a lot of more money than us into it. So you know, my thinking is the least a man can do is just pay for the dinner. You know, I think that's fair.
Interesting.
Understand my point in this?
Yeah.
I see your point, but do they spend more than us? I know the beauty industry spends more on women's products than they do on men's products, but do they spend more? Like if you put a nice watch or you get a car or a house, you know, like to invite a woman back, like you're putting pretty much all of your resources
Yeah, I
into
can see your
attracting
point, but
a
you're
woman.
not getting a house just for her. You know what I mean? You're
What's
getting a house
Chris
for
Rock
yourself.
bit? If a man could get laid in a cardboard box, he wouldn't buy a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No, of course, you're fair point. Well,
Yeah.
now you're talking about your value as a man. You're talking about you buying those things for yourself. You're getting yourself a house.
Exactly.
You're building yourself up as a man, and that gives you value as a man, right?
Exactly.
Is that your definition of a high value man? Does grooming enter into that, or is it just the assets you bring to a
Well, in my
potential-
opinion, of course it does, man. You got to be well groomed. You got to be presentable. You got to look nice. Not just for the women. You got to look nice for yourself, and then you're going to feel more confident in yourself and have a more confident presence. You know,
Nice.
it's all part of it.
So do the broken glasses give you more confidence? Because I mean, I love it. You look intellectual with them. It looks like you know you're so busy reading books that you couldn't put them back together. Like you know, like, I love it. The tape. When's the last time you saw tape on glasses?
It's just 1930s.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back,
I was a
dog.
young youngster.
Some Millhouse shit. Right? My mom says I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I fucking love these glasses, man. I had these bitches for a fucking long time, and
They're beautiful.
You know, they're starting to break down, and I'm just trying to keep them together. I'm trying to
Why'd
keep
you
them
buy a new
together.
pair?
Nah, dude, I got too much sentimental value. With
He's a
these
loyal guy,
guys,
man.
you know?
He's
He's
a loyal
got
guy.
lucky glasses.
These are my lucky glasses.
These are my lucky
Yeah.
I
glasses.
understand. I have underwear that have holes in them. They say throw them away, but I'm not. They're my lucky underwear.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just disgusting.
But I wash them, guys.
That's disgusting, man.
Mark, throw away your old underwear.
Nah,
the
nah, I got
glasses
one
have
pair.
an aesthetic statement,
One pair I keep that
and
I
they're
just,
not in touch with his genitals. You're gross. Buy new underwear, for God's sake.
I got new underwear, but I just
He
keep
doesn't
those.
sweat on his forehead. There's a difference, you know.
Yeah.
Your girls, what the fuck are these? You're like, these are my lucky underpants. See? You're taking them off.
And,
You're so lucky.
and then she says, "No, you ain't gonna get lucky tonight, baby. We can take those goddamn things
Imagine
off."
a woman says, like, these are my lucky undies. You're like,
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, you got holes in them and stuff. I mean, that probably wouldn't bother most men. I don't know.
It depends on how desperate
Well,
you are.
who's boxers? I mean, I wear boxers
True.
and I wear No, I wear
Wear briefs.
briefs, but the tighter briefs. Are you guys wear the loose briefs?
The loose boxes for me, man.
You're a loose
It's
boxer
all
guy.
about being comfy, in my opinion.
The older I get, the more my shit sags, the tighter briefs I'm wearing.
Really?
But I
Yeah,
used to
like
be
the
a
tight briefs.
Yeah.
I,
you
I
like
like to keep it.
Yeah, I like to keep
keep
the
it
package
secure,
tight.
yeah.
That-
banana
Can't have
hammer.
it flopping all around.
No.
Why not?
I like
Yeah.
to feel the flop, you know?
You like to feel the
You
flop?
like to feel the-
I like to feel the flop too. But your balls sag as you get older. And then they start to
Shit.
slap against your
welcome
leg.
to getting
Fuck,
older.
we're used to getting older, guys.
Fortunately, I still got tight balls, though. I work them out every day.
You have tight balls for
I got
real?
tight
You're
balls.
definitely going to lose your girlfriend tomorrow. You know?
Tight balls. Mine look like a helicopter rescue at sea. That's Louis C.K.'s bit.
That's a very vivid description. I don't want to see on my head right now. You know?
That's not my bit. That's too good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Let me ask you this: have you ever shaved your legs?
No, never.
You've never shaved your legs?
No.
What about you? You ever
Never.
shaved your legs?
No.
You ever
I
shaved?
shaved my arm once. I
Your
got
arm.
I got this tattoo, right?
Right.
And when I got this tattoo, the tattoo artist, he shaved my whole arm, right? And
Yeah.
then I had the bald arm and I had the arm with hair. I was like, might as well match it, you know? Shaved my other arm and I was like, oh my god, this feels fucking nice. But then at one point, they
Just started and I couldn't
I was like,
stop.
holy shit, this is nice. But yeah, but then at one point it started growing back. And I was like, yeah, it takes too much work, man. I
Right.
got to shave my arms every 3 days. No, ain't nobody got time for
What
that.
women
man.
do for us all the time. They shave their legs every 3-4
But
days.
they are not as hairy as I am.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. There's rarely a woman, perhaps a few Middle Eastern gals out there, but there's rarely a woman as hairy as any of us dudes. That's for sure. Are you
Yeah,
a
yeah.
hairy dude? You're
I'm not
that
a hairy dude. I got a lot of. I'm Mexican, so I got a lot of Indian blood in me that prevents me from getting hair. And I've been always trying to shave. I would dream to have a full beard, but it's just patchy and horrible.
Really?
And
Ah,
I
that's
tried it during COVID, and I thought I was cool for a couple of years. I was like, I think I got a beard, and I was like,
a shame. You
At
just-
the end, I realized, no, I'm not cool. It looks really pathetic. I
Not
think.
as much of a man as the rest of us, unfortunately.
Does that prove more manlyhood? That you
Wait,
got
does
a
a beard make you more man?
I mean, I got more head hair than
you got a lot more head hair.
So
than
does
me.
that mean I'm more?
You got more head hair than all of us. You got enough to go around. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I mean, you got the exact opposite hair that I have. You have nothing on the sides and all up on top. I got nothing in the middle. And it's coming out. I got the Jean-Luc
Maybe,
Picard
yeah,
horseshoe.
You guys inbred each other, and my baby has a full head of hair.
You have amazing hair. You have beautiful hair. You got the
He does.
the American Psycho Christian Bale hair without the horrible psycho eyes. You got a
Yeah.
great look going on. You're
Yeah,
a handsome
yeah.
guy. You
Thank
you
you,
you got a
appreciate
woman,
It's complicated.
a partner?
Yeah.
Oh, this sounds too big
Complicated,
already. That sounds too complicated. All
Yeah,
we
it's a
want to
little
know is
complicated.
does she have rocked the landing strip?
She does not. No.
No.
She keeps it shaved.
Oh, okay.
She
Fair
keeps
enough.
it real shaved.
Is
yeah.
is that your thing or her thing? You make her do that, or you ask her to? Or
Nah, she just does it herself.
That's
you
her
know,
thing?
she requires me to do it as well.
She requires you
Like,
to shave it for her, or you
yeah,
to shave
dude.
your shit.
I gotta shave my shit, dude. Because if I fucking let my shit go for like a week, dude, I'm like, I got Serbian
You got big
DNA,
bush.
so it just gets wild.
So what do you do? You take it all the way down with a razor or what?
Razor, I just raise.
Wet shave with a razor blade.
Nah, just like a trimmer.
Trimmer.
Trimmer's
do
the
you
move.
do it for her, or have you ever done it? Have you guys ever shaved your woman?
I've shaved my woman.
You have done
Really?
this?
I
Is that
have.
an erotic?
How does that
thing?
work?
Well,
I think it's dangerous when you got razors involved.
it
in
is
that area.
dangerous, and
Especially with
you
somebody
know, you
else.
shave your face. You're like, you don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. You shaving your woman's pussy. You're a hell of a lot more careful.
Yeah,
but it's very similar to shaving.
I think
your face.
razors should stay away from down beneath.
Well-
So I am very much.
Really
I'm
pro
afraid of
clippers.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
trimmer.
like clippers.
Clippers,
too.
yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Trimmers don't hurt. Razors, man, they
Yeah.
leave marks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
leave
And they're very
marks.
dangerous. They spread diseases around, and they can
Yeah.
cut yourself with them.
Absolutely.
Razors are dangerous. Razors
Absolutely.
are really dangerous. I've shaved my wife. She was 9 months pregnant, and she was going to give birth like in a couple of days.
It's very sweet of you. No wonder she's guys still married.
And I had to shave her pussy for her before she went. You know, she was like, I don't want the doctors. And this is women, right? Like, would you give less of a fuck?
Bro,
I could not give less of a fuck.
In
Doc,
that- in that
enjoy
situ-
the fucking view.
in
right?
that situation, man,
Yeah.
no fucks.
Exactly.
No fucks.
Zero,
Like,
literally.
about to give birth,
Yep.
and you mind my chest, not chest, my fucking pubic hair. Get the fuck out of the room. You know?
Maybe for the baby it makes sense. I don't want the baby to get all hairy, you know. I want the baby to come out nice and clean, out of a clean puss, you know. I don't want.
Maybe the-
you
maybe-
didn't-
maybe the
nobody
baby
knows
needs
you're
it to be a little
expecting.
bit fluffy, you know?
Nobody found out that you're expecting a baby soon. That nobody knows. I mean, you just mentioned you're expecting a baby.
I did not mention it, but thanks for telling the world.
Well, you just said
Mark.
that. You just said that you want to
You
clean.
did not say it.
But he did.
It wasn't even close. No, he was talking about.
I was referring to his story.
In general, like when women
We
give birth.
could cut that out.
Yeah, we
I'm
can
sorry,
cut
I'm
it.
sorry.
We haven't announced it yet.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, but I mean, like going. She wanted to be clean shaven in front of the doctors and the nurses because everyone was going to be staring at her
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
vagina.
Vagina.
Join us.
So she was
How
like,
do you guys say vagina? Let me see what you guys
vagina.
Pussy.
Vagina.
Vagina.
say. We all
I think we got to say it now.
Is there any other way?
Vagina.
Is there any other way to say it at this
Vagina.
point?
Does that word make you uncomfortable at all? Vagina.
Depends on the way you say it.
It does. When Mark says it, it
Yeah.
makes
When
everybody.
Mark says it,
uncomfortable.
it's a
Mark
little bit
says it
like,
all.
oh my
Yeah.
god. But before that, he said pussy. Everybody's like, yeah, pussy. But then he said vagina, and I was like, oh, it's a little
If
bit.
we got all kinds
of pussy. We got green pussy, orange pussy, yellow pussy, big pussy, small pussy. Classic.
chicken pussy. What pussy? We got it. If a girl said "lick my vagina," like in a really
See,
English
the English
accent,
does always turn me off.
that turns you off?
When English women
Yeah.
talk like nasty, because I had an English girlfriend who
Yeah.
was a celebrity actually, but she was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But
What's
when
her
she
name?
Starts, I can't say.
keep it.
Yeah.
Had to try. Can't
Everybody
blame a
knows
man
who
for
she
trying.
is. Yeah. She's put this way. She's in a major soap opera in England. But anyway, she used to speak to me dirty sometimes. Oh, Mark, you're gonna take my knickers off, and I'm like, honey, can you stop?
Mark, take off my knickers and lick my vagina. I really like it the way you lick my vagina, Mark. Take off my knickers. They're all wet and slimy.
Exactly.
I love your long hair, how it tickles my clitoris. Yeah,
right?
that's not very erotic.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah, the
but when
English-
an Eastern
yeah.
European woman speaks, it is like,
With an English accent?
yeah. No.
Or with a heavy Eastern European
Yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Heavy Eastern
Yeah,
European. When
yeah.
they speak English with the Eastern European
Yeah,
accent,
yeah,
you like
yeah,
that? That turns you on, huh?
Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah.
But Mark, I like.
yes.
Take off panties. Panties very much.
Tickle vagina, Mark.
Oh, Mark, you turned me on so much.
Very nice. You getting a little bit of a boner there, Mark. Kind of slow it down.
No, that's me in flaccid state.
Fair enough.
dude.
That's you flaccid. Wow, impressive. Navajo
Mexican jeans, man.
Mexican jeans.
Navajo.
Indeed,
Navajo.
absolutely. I like it. I like any accent, but I will say that the English accent doesn't lend itself well to erotic scenarios. It's kind of, especially imagine a man. Imagine you're a woman and a man is like, oh, I must say, I find you very attractive. I'd love to twiddle your vagina. Like that's gross.
Yeah.
You know, what woman could possibly get turned on by that?
Well, I don't know. What I've learned recently, actually, it's funny that we're on a podcast, and this is the first time I kind of learned this,
Yeah.
is when you really, if you live in a different country and if you speak their language on a dirty notes when you're making love to them, it drives them crazy. Speak dirty, whisper in their ear. I forgot that through my years, that verbal communication while you make love is really a key to getting the girl off.
In someone's native
Yeah.
language.
In someone's native
Even
language.
if you speak
no,
it- speak
actually,
it poorly.
even in your own language, true.
Right.
But even more if you can speak in their language too.
I've noticed that if you give them something in your own native language that's foreign to them, that gets them going big time.
Yeah.
Have
How would they know?
Actually,
How would they know?
I like to retract that. You're right. It's actually better on your own language.
How many times has a woman said, Mark, speak Spanish to me? And you're like, sí, I give it to you, señorita. Like, you know,
Never.
or something less horribly
Never.
racist. I guess we're making fun face to face, so it's okay. When is a Mexican?
How many times have they asked you to speak Spanish when you were?
Spanish? Oh, very, very rarely. No, I used to get the requests to be the big bald guy, you know,
Yeah.
like the lumberjack manly man thing. But I just want to cuddle, you know. I'm not that guy. So you play the role and you feel depressed afterwards. You feel used and dirty. I don't like it. I don't like that feeling.
I'm ready to be the little spoon.
Hey, why can't we be the? Would you have a problem being the little spoon?
The little
The
spoon?
little spoon.
I have a big problem with that, man.
You got a big problem being
Oh,
the little
yeah.
spoon? Wow. Why? Why? What does it mean to you being
I
a
want
little
to be
spoon?
a little spoon, man. I'm the big spoon.
What does it do? Why does it threaten you? How does it threaten you? Why do you feel insecure?
Threatens my masculinity.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it
Fair
does.
enough.
It does.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why?
Yeah.
What about it? What about it? Because you're in like a vulnerable ass first position.
Well, when you say it like that, I mean, I guess so. I guess
Yeah.
so. I haven't really thought about it. It's just something I don't really enjoy very much, you know?
What if your girl?
Garcion, can I have some more pivo, please? Anybody speak Russian?
How do you say beer in Russian?
Pivo.
Is it pivo?
Hello.
Hey, bro.
It's coming, it's
Hey,
coming.
thanks,
Hey,
man.
there
You
we
get 4 more. What was I saying?
And the little spoon and big
The
spoon.
little spoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if
I
you're
don't
a
know,
girl?
usually, I'm a big guy. Most of the girls I've been with are much smaller than me, so it just
Sure.
makes sense for me to cover them, to cuddle
Sure.
them, and I like that. It's
What
a
if she's into it? What if
it's a
she
good-
wants to be the big spoon?
if she really wants to, I wouldn't really have a problem with it, but it's
All right,
not something that I
Tony,
would.
Let me ask you a question. If this girl is a bombshell and you've been chasing her for years, she doesn't give you no she's not she's not giving you any play. Go, please, come on.
Thanks.
We're gonna need beer for this question.
Okay, man, I'm ready.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And one of her, I don't know, fantasies is, I want you to be my spoon. I want you to be the
little spoon.
The little spoon.
But this is
Right.
just a little spoon, or does she want more, man?
Oh no!
to
If you
kill
give me
those
that,
guys.
if
It starts
you-
with a little
if
spoon,
you,
man.
if you give me that, you get everything you want. Then you'll do it, right?
Yeah, of course.
How far will you go?
I wouldn't go farther than the little spoon, man.
What about
Okay.
one little finger?
Nah. Bro, I have a lot of friends from that community. I respect them. That's all fine, but it's just not my thing.
Yeah.
And that's
you can
it.
you can be straight and enjoy ass play, man.
Are you saying from experience?
At least I hope so.
I don't know. Never tried it. And don't have much need
Fair
to
enough.
try it.
There's a friend of mine who's like, "What if I really like it?" He's like, "I don't want to go down there in case I love it."
Well, if you really like it, then it is what it is. You
It
like
is
it.
what it is.
That's
Absolutely.
it.
What
Can't
about
go
you,
can't go
Nemo,
against her
man?
nature.
Can you be the little spoon?
Oh fuck yeah! I love those acrylic when she's got those long acrylic nails. She scratches my back. Just
Nice.
fucking,
Yeah.
that's nice.
I can get it. I
I
get
like
it.
That's
that.
gotta- that's
Not
gotta-
like full on little spoon. Like she's just like hugging me like
Well,
like going
especially
back and
these
forth.
big
Like, but when she's scratch, I love a good
Especially
back
these big
scratch.
Serbian women, right? You feel like really protected.
Oh yeah, when she's like 6'5", dude, 6'5".
6'5", got a little deep voice action, a little
You know?
testosterone.
Nemo, are you feeling safe?
Yeah. I'd be the little spoon. We wake up in the morning, go to the basketball court, and just throw alley-oops to her.
So you like the nails on the back?
Oh yeah.
From
Yeah.
the, like if she's
I
just
do too.
clawing at you, there's something vaguely ape-like about that. Like that speaks to our primitiveness as apes, don't you think?
Yeah, the little kind of
Yeah, the little kind of
cleaning.
That
Yeah,
shit?
it's like grooming. Yeah,
grooming.
It's like
yeah.
yeah,
Even
grooming.
though
mixture.
women like to pop pimples on your
They
skin.
fucking
Yeah.
love
What
it,
the fuck's
man.
up with
that?
Oh,
I
yeah,
find it
that is true.
disgusting.
I thought yeah.
No.
My
women
girl
love
recently
it.
asked me, "Can you please see her back and have some pimples going on?" I was,
Yeah.
Don't
That
do
is
it.
true. Why do women
That
do
is
that?
like,
I was always
first of
shocked.
all,
We
first of
never
all,
discussed this.
First of all, it hurts a little bit, and I don't want to. I don't want to admit it hurts, but it fucking does.
Right.
But then I went full little spoon and my masculinity was threatened. And every pimple on my back got popped.
And I realized I'm very clean back now. Yeah.
Bro, like, what's the thing with that? How does somebody enjoy that?
I swear to you.
Do you guys enjoy that? Like seeing videos of pimples popping and stuff? I know a lot of people do, but
I'm not
I
gonna
know.
lie, I do. Yeah.
You enjoy it?
I think I follow one on my Instagram or.
I fell down that algorithm hole for a while, and then I was like, "Why you?" And it was all this earwax and pimples and.
You
sebum
actually
and shit.
went down that rabbit
No,
hole?
because you watch one or two videos,
Yeah, and then
then
it
they're
all
like, "Hey,
comes-
here's
yeah.
50 more," and you're like, "Fuck!" And then you have to like a bunch of basketball videos to get away from it. You're like, "Oh shit!" And then the next day it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on ESPN. You're like, "Oh, thank God," you know.
you gotta groom the algorithm. Man.
No, it's one of those vibes where you just like you're scrolling, you're like, oh, you fuck, I gotta see it, and then you're just like,
But that's one
okay.
of the things, man. It's
Like
like
a
it's
guilty
like a
pleasure.
train wreck. You know, you shouldn't look, but
Yeah.
you really want to see.
That's
you know?
the feeling.
Yeah,
That's
it
the
is.
feeling. So I
know.
wouldn't say that I like it, but you kind of can't look away. You know.
I know what you mean.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean, grooming comes to the primal essence of when we used to groom as apes or whatever we were. Or
That was very David Attenborough. Grooming comes as a primal essence of us as apes.
Well, I think it does, doesn't it? Right?
It does,
'Cause
it does.
This whole idea of why women like to pop pimples.
Yeah,
or,
it's the ape shit.
yeah.
It's chimpanzee behavior.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah,
It's full on
so
chimpanzee behavior.
makes you understand how we all evolve and how we are still kind of coming
Absolutely.
from that area.
Let me take it.
Wow,
Let's take a
it's
super
surprising,
quick break
evolution
just to check
talking,
everything's
Jesus.
running.
Yes,
I'm going to
evolution.
pause everything
Sure.
and restart for another take. Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
going to check that
Let's
everything's
go.
running.
Cool.
Do a little safety take. All right. So we don't lose like everything if it's not running or whatever.
Is it? Am I in the shot?
in the shot. Am I already worried? Like, can you hear me?
Because it feels like it's not.
You're in the shot.
Oh, okay.
Just give me the shot.
Sure, I'm in the shot. When are you going to do my close-up, man?
Bro, you do a really good English accent.
Hey, by the way, how was he?
Huh?
Good sex with the guy. He said he had sex.
What the fuck?
Yeah, these fucking glasses are just like a fucking dickhead.
This is also strong as fuck. No, but it looks like a dick.
But
looks
good
like a
choice
dick.
of beer.
Yeah.
Whoever picked this beer,
No, the guy picked it. The guy that works there.
it's really tasty.
Yeah, it's what is it? The venomous
Really good beer.
snake.
It's a bit stronger than my taste, but I kind of like it.
Second chunk.
Unfiltered,
A nice big cup.
Everything okay? Everything
unfiltered
good?
IPA.
Yeah, feeling. You tested everything. All right.
Everything's good. Everything's working. All right. So, who do you think is the most beautiful bald man? Like celebrities, actors.
Like
Who's the
Ben
except for
Kingsley.
you.
most- except for me.
Ben-
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah.
That's an interesting choice. I mean, he's the best actor. Probably.
What about Johnny Sins?
Yeah.
He's an astronaut, fucking firefighter. He
not
does so much for humanity, man.
Johnny says he's an astronaut. That's only in the movies, buddy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Come
sorry.
on, man.
Sorry
don't,
to burst your bubble.
Don't ruin it like this for me, man.
No, it's
Jean-Luc Picard.
Good question. The Jean Picard.
Yeah. Sir Patrick Stewart.
Oh, you know who he's Yul Brenner.
Jason Statham,
Yul
bro.
Brenner.
Ooh, Jason Statham.
Jason Statham
Yul-
rocks the
Yul
ball.
Brenner.
Look.
Yul Brenner was the to me
He died
as
of
a
lung
heterosexual male would be Yul Brenner.
You had to put that out pretty strongly, huh? You had to make
No,
sure
I'm
everybody
not.
knew.
No,
No,
I'm
you're
not.
as straight as it.
No,
You're
no.
boringly straight. You're boringly straight.
Yeah.
That is what
No, I know. I'm not boringly
No?
straight. I'm excitingly straight.
That was well spoken.
Yeah.
Well spoken indeed. What about, was there ever a woman who shaved her head that you thought was fucking
Sinead
hot?
O'Connor.
Oh, yeah.
God rest
Back
her
in
soul.
the glory days. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Sinead O'Connor. What about Natalie Portman in V for Vendetta? You know, remember when Natalie Portman shaved her head?
Okay,
Ah, yeah.
I might be too young for this. I don't know, man.
Yeah. He's like, Natalie who? Chick from Star Wars? Oh, man. I went through a phase when I loved bald women.
Really?
Yeah, a long time ago. I was into bald women. You know, I'd go to a bar, oftentimes a lesbian bar, because that was where the bald chicks were.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember your
You
bald
remember?
phase.
You remember?
I
Remember that
your
phase? We
bald-
were in a
bald
lesbian bar
phase.
together.
He did go through a bald phase.
I went through a bald phase, and I would walk up to a bald chick who had her head shaved. It doesn't matter if she was straight or bi or gay or whatever. I'd be like, I love your fucking look. I love it. Your head's beautiful and bald is beautiful, and we should put baby oil on our heads and rub that shit together.
Oh, God.
Like
Yeah.
a couple of bald ass tan M&Ms. And she would every single time be super into it. She would just love the fact that like a straight man was giving her some props. for
Yeah,
her
that
baldness.
barely ever happens, I guess, you know?
Unlike
Very
Jada
real.
Smith.
Straight man coming up to you, like, I like your bald look.
Well,
Keep my
it's-
wife's name out your fucking mouth.
It's interesting you say this because when in my
Are you talking
past,
about G.I. Jane?
when my girlfriend in my past have cut their hair short, at first I was shocked, but then
Yeah.
after a while I feel like I was somebody. It kind of turned me on. So
Yeah.
I like when girls had long hair and then they cut it really short, and it kind of got me excited.
Yeah.
So if they go all the way,
I
I,
know,
wonder if
yeah.
I'm gonna be like,
You
wow.
You
I
want
don't
to make
know.
her do it in stages.
Yeah.
As soon as I know who you are, now I'd like you to shave it some more so
Yeah.
it feels like I'm with somebody else again.
Yeah. In my experience, women usually cut their hair after a big bad breakup.
Yeah,
That's
I've
what they
noticed
do.
that. Any emotional trauma.
After,
boom.
yeah. When a woman has emotional trauma, she changes her hair because she has to change something else in her life. And it makes sense.
Yeah.
And it is what happens. You know, they usually cut their hair or dye their hair, change colors, but usually they cut it.
Right.
You know?
Tell me if you guys have experienced this, but I think most men are unaware of how much a woman's identity is wrapped up in her hair.
Oh, I don't know that.
It's
how
true.
I think
It's
about
all wrapped up.
But
in
I
hair,
think
too.
Mark is similar.
I'm
Mark
a
is similar here,
No.
man.
how women and Mark have most of their identity wrapped up in their beautiful, long, luscious hair. You know that famous L'Oreal "She's Worth It" commercial? That's actually Mark from the back.
he can do that, man.
From the back.
From
He
the back,
he
from
doubles
the
as a
back,
hair
from the
model.
back. Pantene. This is Pantene.
Oh, Pantene. That's my bad.
This is hair after 5 days of no washing. You should see it when he has a quick wash.
But you don't wash your hair that much.
No, I wash it every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Wow. Wow.
There goes my theory out the window.
Yeah, there it goes.
It gets really greasy.
Maybe,
really
a
fast.
guy with your hair shouldn't be taking advice from a guy with my hair.
No, you know, I've had it since I was a teenager. So
Yeah.
Oh, really? You never had your hair short?
once when I first moved to Serbia. And the
How
other-
short was it?
Like here. Not
But
that-
that's not short. man. That's not short.
Yeah.
Long
Short,
ass hair.
short is what I have now. Short is what I have now.
Short is what I have now.
yeah, okay.
Well, you guys have to understand.
Yours is short through choice.
When the
For a
minute
couple
I,
more
but
years anyway.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
well,
I'm
after,
getting there, man.
after I grew up,
Bald cheers.
after I when I graduated from high school and I started college in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I started growing my hair out. This is during the rock era.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I wasn't a huge fan of rock. I liked all kinds of music, but
Yeah.
everybody thought I was a rocker dude. I was one of those kind of guys. And all of a sudden, I was getting these influx of women
Yeah.
I've never had in my life. And I was like, I'm a rocker. I'm still
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still living on that.
Gotcha. On that high of being appreciated for your hair.
Yeah, now it's like
That must have been a good time.
80 years later, I'm like, no, not anymore.
What was it with the long hair in the metal? What was that about? Why was metal?
Freedom, I think it was. Kind of rebellion, a little bit of just sexiness. I don't know, because you
Was
had
metal synonymous with freedom?
You had, I think for women, but also you had. There was a time of Fabio, and there was also a time where all the rock stars of any ilk at that period were had long hair. So John Bon Jovi and et cetera, et cetera. So I think they were all equating that kind of sexiness to any guy who had long hair.
But let me ask you a
I think
question.
it was a representation of like against the system.
That's what I'm
Because
saying.
a guy with hair like that's not going to get a job as like a fucking salesman or
He's on
something
his
like
own.
that.
He's on his own.
But do you think that everybody rocked long hair because of the rock stars, or do you think the rock stars locked the long hair because everybody else did it?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
What comes first?
What comes
the
first is
chicken
the egg or
the
the chicken? Yeah,
I don't know.
That's
There's
the
usually
question.
a trendsetter, isn't there? There's usually like somebody who led the way.
Well, you have to understand the counterculture.
That's true. Somebody has to lead the way.
In the late '60s, you got to understand that when before the counterculture happened, there was hardly any long hairs.
Yeah.
And then when the counterculture happened, the Vietnam War, especially I'm talking about specifically in America, but it kind of transcended all over the world. Then you had guys like Dennis Hopper making Easy Rider, and you had all these hippies growing their hair out, and then people were like, yeah, man, peace, love, harmony, and I think people equated with that. That went over to the '70s, and that also became a kind of a symbol of freedom and individualism.
Then the heavy metal came, like in the '80s and late '80s and early '90s, and that became
then it became a little bit hair with cool style, tight clothes and music, and
I was not a fan of that late '90s style when there was men with long hair and suits. I was like, that's fucking disgusting.
Oh no, I think it started. I think after the grunge era in the early '90s, then the long hair thing kind of became nil and void. Not nil and void, but it became a little bit more cheesy, I guess you could say.
No, there was a big movement.
So there was a point where I had long hair, and I knew it was cheesy.
You rocked long hair, man. It looks good on you.
Yeah,
that's how I know you. You've always had long hair.
Yeah, I feel comfortable. It's not to me. It's never been a statement. To be honest with you, it's always been like I feel good in this, and I want to wear it. It wasn't like, oh, I'm a long haired dude. It was just like, oh, I'm used to it.
I'd rock the long hair if I could. I would if I could, bitch.
I couldn't. No way. I'm bald pride. Like the whole thing about deaf pride. Like deaf people have this deaf world that's like the non-hearing world, and they're like fuck hearing people, and there's like this big right wing almost.
Are they like fuck living people? Fuck you, you're alive.
They have a whole deaf world that they participate in and they act in, and I feel like there should be bald pride. Like there should be like a bald world.
That's
true.
Proud of
boldness.
A lot of men
maybe
lose
in the
their
afterlife,
hair.
my friend.
So what do you think of guys like LeBron James and like?
He's bald through choice. Come on, like he shaves his head down.
Yeah, but he did the fucking hair transplant shit. You think
Did he?
he's?
Did he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Brian Urlacher as well, linebacker from
Matthew
the Bears.
McConaughey did a hair transplant. Those
Really?
beautiful flowing locks are not real.
He has a
Matthew
holy
McConaughey.
shit.
You know that
there's a lot
Steve
of
Martin's been bald.
He
for
has
40
good
years.
fucking hair.
Really?
That white
That's a
thing is a
toupee?
piece. It's a
Fucking
toupee,
hell.
and you know what's the genius with Steve Martin's toupee?
What?
It's receding a little. He's genius enough to make it look realistic, to
my
let it recede a
God,
little.
bro.
He's
That takes a lot of
brilliant.
work, though. Is it really, are you that insecure that you need that much work?
I think when you're making money off your image, it becomes it's probably a little bit of
Okay,
ego,
I can
but at
see
the same
that,
time,
yeah.
it's like, you know me as this. I can't just be bald
No,
now.
I can
like
see
John
that, I can see
Travolta's
that, yeah.
bald now, finally, and
Yeah.
even I, as a bald pride man, I was like, ew, that's gross. You look like shit.
No,
like John
yeah.
Travolta.
John
was
Travolta
always
has one of those faces that don't look good bald.
not good
I
at
mean,
all.
you look good bald.
No,
Thank
well,
you.
Ollie,
that.
when I met him, he was 28. He had
Jesus.
he had the crown. He was not the crown. He had a little bit. He had a little bit still. I'm like, oh. He was a good-looking guy. He's always a good-looking guy.
I used to
charming
push
guy.
it together,
but
like a little comb-over.
I used to go like, oh. And then after I became friends with him, I said, oh, you
gotta shave that
it,
shit.
dude. You gotta shave.
Yeah,
He
at
kept
some
it
point.
for dear life, he was keeping hanging
Honestly,
on.
I
And then when he
couldn't let
shaved
go.
it, all the girls were like,
Yep.
At some point,
boom.
you just gotta
Am I
own it,
right?
man.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong.
You just have to own it at some point.
I'll tell you what, like I couldn't let go. I couldn't let go.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, it's fine. Nobody will notice. You know, I was literally.
But
like,
you
pushed
need
it
to let
together.
your beard grow, right?
Yeah, but I had a shaved face and a little balding up here. It was not a good look.
Yeah.
It was not a good look. And I look at pictures.
It wasn't
and
bad. 'Cause you
wasn't
were, You were a
bad.
tall, good-looking dude, and you were
Yeah, tall.
You were charming. You had a lot of other things going for you. Yeah.
Height means so much.
You were
It
young.
does.
dude.
For
actu-
when you're
attract-
young,
attractiveness
when you're
to
27, 28, you're a good-looking dude.
I was a nice looking guy,
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough. But like the height is like 90% of that. Like
Right.
if I was like a below average height, I would have been like a 4
Yeah.
or a 3. Or
That's
whatever.
true.
And the
That's
height brings you up to a 6.
Yeah,
7.
short and bald.
Short and
28,
bold. It's
you're
George
pretty
Costanza look.
screwed.
It's like there's no woman creaming for George Costanza.
Unless you're filthy rich.
That's what I was gonna say. You gotta be filthy rich. If you're filthy rich, it doesn't
Hey,
matter.
Bezos' wife, Bill Gates' wife, and that other dude's wife, the rich guy.
But you know what's so funny
They all
about
left.
these guys? They were short, bald, and fat, and they all became kind of taller, thinner,
Yeah.
and not bald,
Hey.
and rich.
Hey,
Like Elon Musk,
Yeah,
his
that's what I'm
hairline
saying.
decided to
Elon
grow
Musk,
back out
yeah.
of pure
out of
respect.
pure respect.
Exactly.
I would never do the hair transplant. Never. Never, ever. I can't do it.
Really?
Imagine going to
Why?
Turkey and
Why?
getting your fucking hair transplanted just out of like fakeness. You know, like I know.
Why do you think
this
that's fake? A lot of women do Botox and everything. They do their lips, they do their fucking tits.
What do you think about that? I'm not a fan. The lips, when I
don't
hate
know.
the lips.
I don't
lips
like the
is
duck
terrible.
lips. I don't like the
it.
duck
Yeah,
lips. But if a
big
woman has
fat
this
lips.
really thin upper lip and she does a little bit, I'm okay with that. Why not?
When do they ever do just a little bit to make it realistic? They
Some-
always do
some
a little
women
too
do.
much.
Some women do just
Well,
enough.
those I haven't noticed. So yeah, you're
Exactly,
right. You're
that's the
absolutely-
point.
You're spot
That's
on
the
right.
point.
Well, I think it's with this whole thing about beauty with women and how they accentuates their lips through cosmetic surgery has got way too far.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think, and then adding patting on the ass,
All
and
the
just
ass implants.
everything,
Oh,
everything
Jesus.
with the surgery has went way too far. And I don't.
genuine
I
disgust.
mean, ass is different. You don't have to do
'Cause
an
that-
implant. Like tits, okay, you have to do an implant. There's no other way to do it. But ass, you can do squats. You can go
work
to the
out.
gym. You can work out. You can eat clean.
Yeah,
No,
but
no,
that's the
but
most
it's not-
dangerous
it's not-
surgery.
It's not about
Is it
that.
dangerous?
It goes
Yeah,
deep.
so many women die from
ass
Yeah.
implants.
Because you have to sit on them, right?
Yeah, because there's like a main vein that goes through the ass, and sometimes they cut
But-
the vein, and if they cut the
It's
vein,
the biggest muscle in your
you're
body,
done,
the
yeah.
gluteus maximus.
But there's
Wow.
there's a deeper thing here. It's a psychological thing that happens to women that you realize that they're damaged internally, mentally, when they go to the extreme of doing so much cosmetic
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah,
just
of
And
too
course.
much.
that's what I think the men respond to when they see that.
Well, you see, it's just a signal of a lack of confidence.
No, it's
No?
more than that. I think it's more than lack of confidence. I'm not gonna. I'm not.
Trauma.
But it's.
But
some
I think
trauma or
if your
something.
life is gonna get better because of your ass implant, then fucking go for it. You know.
Exactly, if it's
yeah.
done in moderation.
Exactly. That's the point. But what I'm talking about is being on Miami on South Beach and seeing these enormous, grotesque, grossly oversized ass implants.
Yeah.
Like it looks like she's shoplifting pillows. You know what I mean? I'm like, what
this
the
huge
fuck
ass,
is
like
that?
these little
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
legs.
Little
You're just like,
legs.
what the fuck?
Fucking
Shoplifted
giant silicone ass wobbling and all around. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like that's that's crazy.
I gotta say, you give the most vivid explanation of what something is. You know.
Yeah, well,
I think just find that so unnatural. I don't like it. But that's been a trend lately. That
Yeah,
South American thing
is.
and North American fashion. Thankfully, it hasn't come to Europe yet.
but does that come?
giant ass.
Does that come
Just
into
keeping
this?
up with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
It's
There you go.
Kardashian.
They
They
start-
have
they started that.
grotesque
Started that
ass.
shit.
No, they
Yeah.
started, but they just exponentially accelerated it.
Fair
I
enough.
wouldn't say they started.
Who
it, but
started the whole silicone tits thing? Was it Pamela Anderson that made it super famous?
I would say in
Could be.
American culture,
Yeah.
yeah, she
Yeah.
was pretty much one of the pioneers of that.
Have we forgotten how gorgeous she was?
she
back in
was.
the
As a
day?
natural. as a
Now,
Holy
even
shit.
natural,
Yeah.
and then like I mean, I saw a clip the
When
other
I was
day
a
of her,
kid,
like,
man, underage.
Oh,
late
man.
80s underage.
And by the way, back then, like just seeing a picture of her, fuck
That
hell.
used to do
Yeah.
it. That used to do the
Charlie,
trick.
man.
Now you need 40 minutes on your laptop.
Yeah, man. And
Increasingly shameful downloading of
increasingly
porn.
shameful things to watch.
But yeah, I think you're right, Pamela, because before that you had like the Cheryl Teagues, you had the
Yeah.
Jacqueline Smiths, you
That's
had the
right.
Linda Carters, and they were all natural beauties. You know,
The Cindy Crawford
even the small,
with the fitness.
even in the '60s with Twiggy and the skinny girls with no, they were just natural beauties. So you had Mia Farrow, you know,
Right.
she was actually.
I mean,
quite
I think
attractive.
there's
She
still
didn't
an
have anything.
appreciation for women who are totally natural, you know.
Of course.
But there is also a really big market for the unnatural.
Think
That,
about how
where does that
unnatural-
market come from, though? That's a question.
That's the question.
It's about us. It's about the men who watch that.
You're
know?
right. We're
we
responsible for
choose.
that.
We choose what we like.
They follow
Right?
the money. They just shoot
fo-
the money
they follow
at
the money.
whatever is currently in trend and the guys are enjoying.
Yeah.
We think about this. It's super unnatural. Maybe it's not super unnatural, but it's for me. There's no guys on screen anymore with hairy chests.
There isn't. That's
You
true.
know, every guy's got
No.
fair enough abs.
That's true.
Fair
That's
enough.
true.
You're fit. You're in
Yeah.
shape. Whatever. But there's no. All the
That is
chests
true.
are waxed and the
Right.
pecs are huge and Captain Americas and whatever. And there aren't any not that long.
Because
ago,
it's seen as toxic masculinity.
Is it?
Oh, I
You
think
think
so.
it's that?
I
No,
think it's
I don't
that.
think that's
I
it.
think
I don't
so,
think that
dude.
it's that.
I'm not gonna shave my chest hair, man. I've never
No,
shaved
I'm
my
just
chest
saying.
hair.
Why is that not in the media? Not as pervasive as it used to be in the 70s and the 80s, even in the 60s. Fucking Sean
Leading
Connery.
men, Sean Connery,
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. I'm trying to bring back that Burt Reynolds look, dog.
Burt Reynolds was the fucking man.
Yeah.
Those big hairy chests used to be the quintessential definition of masculinity.
Now we have guys like, no offense to Robert
Tatum.
Patterson. Robert Patterson, I think he's a really attractive man, but they all like the Robert Patterson look. The very bald, almost.
Who's Robert Patterson?
A little bit
Who
feminine.
the fuck
man.
is that?
Very
Yeah, I have no
feminine.
idea who that is. Who's
Robert Patterson, the new Batman, bro.
The new Batman.
Have you not seen
The
the, new
last
Batman?
I saw was Christian Bale.
With the
No,
vampire-
the new Batman, Robert
Same,
Patterson,
Robert.
man.
The
They
va-
cannot possibly
the-
do a better Batman than Christian Bale.
It's really good. It's not better than Christian Bale, in my
the-
opinion.
The
All right.
vampire movie he was famous for.
Twilight.
Twilight
Twilight.
series.
Oh, skinny,
Yeah,
giant
yeah,
head.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
look is just. I mean,
No, but
come
that's
on.
what
That's-
women
that's what the
like.
women like.
That's what women
It's
respond
not
to.
me, and I therefore don't like it.
not all women, but you can't. You also
I'm jealous and insecure, and it's,
Well,
and it's
you also can't
repulsive.
generalize, you know?
look though. That's a
what-
very feminine.
that
It's like a
seems to-
vampire.
that
It's
seem-
like it's almost gay,
seems-
dude.
That
They're
seems
just
to be
sucking
what.
on necks.
That's what seems to be what the media's pushing.
Now, I have a theory about that vampire shit. You remember when the vampire shit was everywhere and every movie and TV show and book was all about the vampire?
Like now we have aliens.
Yes, exactly. Back then in popular culture, the vampire thing, yes, it's a very feminine look with the big luscious lips and the beautiful eyes and
Yeah.
everything that the guy had and the slender frame and everything. But he was a vampire. He was a monster of unnatural strength.
Yeah.
And therefore I remember watching the Twilight with my girlfriend at the time, long time ago, and he's very forceful with her, right? And he can't control the demon, and he gets to blame the demon for all his forcefulness with the woman. And that plays into the reason so many women liked that was that the monster mechanism was an excuse for him to employ that strength and overpowering of her in a sort of legal way without a woman being offended in feminist terms by her being overpowered because they could blame it on the monster. That was my
Yeah.
theory about that.
Do you think people today are too soft?
Well, can I tell you something
That's-
before we change the subject?
Yeah.
I just read a study or saw a podcast where somebody was talking about what turns women on, and the study came out that they love werewolves, pirates, and serial killers. Can you imagine that? I think it's serial
They do.
killers.
There's
That's
a true crime
weird,
thing.
man.
There's a
So
true
they're-
crime thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, cousin is a YouTuber, and she does like true crime videos,
Yeah.
and like 95% of her viewers are women,
Interesting.
and they love the true crime things.
Yeah.
She
Wow.
also loves it. She wouldn't do it if she didn't love it.
I think that women are a little bit more ashamed of what turns them on than we are.
Is it though turning on? I mean,
They'll
I
never admit
watch
it too.
I watch a lot of
No,
videos
they'll
on
never
YouTube,
admit
and
They'll never admit it.
No,
Yeah.
they'll only be outed by Tony reading out analytics from his cousins.
I do, man. I'm a man of statistics, man.
I've been studying it.
I'm a man of statistics. I see it, man. I also do YouTube videos, and 95% of my audience are men.
There you
but
go.
I do financial type of videos.
Yeah.
You know, I do.
Right.
I mean, let's put it this way: like you ask a very interesting question. It's like, are they ashamed of it? Like that was what you asked.
Does it turn them on, or is it just interesting? That's the
I
question.
think it turns them on.
Does it?
I think so.
I don't know.
I don't think 100 million women went to see 50 Shades of Grey in the movie theater because it was a good movie. Because it
I've
was
never
a piece
seen
of
it.
shit.
I've never seen it.
Like the book was excellent and the movie was garbage.
Well, that whole thing, to me, I'm
It was
sorry,
huge, though. It was a huge movie.
Huge.
I feel like that movie was just propaganda.
Yeah.
I
In
thought-
what way?
In a way that was showing how women should be attracted to men, how women should be responding to this sort of romanticness, which is I don't think I think it was geared in a really distorted way, and I think I haven't seen the book, I haven't read the book, I haven't seen the movie, so I'm talking out of school, but just from the outside, I feel that this
Do you
is what
feel
it was.
that Americans are ill-equipped culturally to handle a topic like sadomasochism, and it should be left to people like the French?
Do you want to eat a baguette?
No, I just think that it was just I don't know.
Look at Polanski's handling of sadomasochism compared to the ham-handed ass.
Wait, is
bullshit Hollywood.
50 Shades is sadomasochism?
Well, it's really light stuff.
No, man.
If you watch the
I know, I haven't
It's
had
Harley.
it.
it's old shite. Don't bother watching.
It's old
it.
Harley.
Don't worry, it's not on my list.
No, dude, this is I think it's Harlequin novels from the girls who used to watch it read those books in the 70s.
But the
and
books are a
80s.
hell of a lot more hardcore than the movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, there's a lot of spanking and tying up.
I shouldn't even say anything. I haven't seen it, so
Yeah.
like
No.
I haven't seen Barbie either, so I don't.
I haven't seen Barbie,
But I,
neither.
but,
and I don't think I'm gonna.
Speaking
I
of
haven't
shit-
seen Oppenheimer.
Speaking
either.
of shaving,
Oh, you should see Oppenheimer.
it-
I've seen that. I've seen it with Mark. Actually, it was a very fucking good movie.
Okay, fair enough.
but isn't Barbie everybody shaved? Is there any hair in Barbie?
There's no hair. There's no pubes on a Barbie doll.
There's
Mark.
no pubes on the Barbie.
Now
doll.
Barbie now
Tell me
with
about it
giant
all, man.
merkin. Imagine the factory where they'd make Barbie pubes.
What was that statement though?
China
Let's go back to the shaving of the nuts. So you
Okay.
were talking about the
Barbie's interesting though.
yeah. We'll talk
We'll
about
come back
that.
to Barbie.
But let's
Okay.
go back to your
The thing we were talking about before.
Yeah, he's a big
Where-
WW.
No, UFC. I'm a
guy.
big UFC guy. I've been following
Well,
the
now
UFC.
they're the same thing now.
Yeah.
They just
Well,
merged WWE,
They are.
UFC.
They are. They've just been acquired by the same company. TKO is the name of the company. They're a publicly traded company, and they're now the owners of both the UFC and
Quick
the
pause.
WWE.
IPO.
Quick pause. Let's just quickly pause there, and we restart with the UFC topic. 'Cause it's really interesting.
No, we're gonna bring up Manscaped. That's why.
Don't bring up names.
Yeah.
No.
No. Well, we can as long as you're talking shit about it.
No, we're not talking shit. It's the guy from the UFC did a really good promotional video.
He's in bed by 8 usually.
Maybe though.
We're not gonna stay for a long time. We're just gonna have some cigars, a couple of drinks.
That sounds nice actually.
Yeah. I mean, I have a flight early in the morning, so
Where are you going?
Italy,
Which part?
Florence.
I love Florence.
I've never been.
Jealous.
My little cousin studies there.
I
Same one with the YouTube channel?
Yeah,
With
That's the one.
With the serial killer shit?
that's the one.
Ro, this is your clap for the third chunk. All right. You were saying about the UFC. So the UFC just acquired, the
Yeah,
same company acquired the UFC that owns WWE.
Exactly. They're a publicly traded company. But the point of the story was there's this guy, he's a heavyweight in the UFC. His name is Derek Lewis. And he did this, well, it's not a promotional video, but like in a post-fight interview, he took off his shorts. And Joe Rogan came up and asked him, "Why'd you take off your shorts?" He was like, "Because my balls was hot."
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, you
'cause
seen
my
that?
balls was hot.
You
Yeah,
seen that?
I love that
And
guy.
then after that, like so some time passed, and Manscaped came up to him, and they got him to do like a promotional video for them.
Yeah.
And they took the "my balls was hot" statement for the
Yeah.
promotional video, and I think
So
it was
good.
fucking genius.
It is
man.
genius. It's
when
great.
when they
Well,
took
I
the
made him more famous, I would imagine.
well,
too.
it made
was
him
such a
more
big
famous,
story,
but
yeah.
also when I've seen that, I was like, these guys are doing it right. I'm gonna get myself one of these. You know, it was like the first time I was like, this is fucking good PR. You know what I mean?
For what?
For the
Manscaped?
product, for the Manscaped product, yeah, because he was like, ever since I took Manscaped, my balls is not hot anymore. I'm like, man, my balls is also hot, man.
Our biggest rivals. I love that clip with Joe Rogan. He's just got his little face like, I understand. Like, he's a comedian. You know?
Yeah.
He's a funny guy, and he wants to die laughing.
Yeah,
And he's
you've
like-
seen the video.
Yeah, I've seen
and
it.
Joe
Yeah, it's
Rogan
a famous
replied,
one.
when
He's like,
he said
"I
my balls was
understand."
hot, Joe Rogan
Yeah.
was just like,
He's like,
yeah, I understand, moving on to the
It's
next
like, what
question.
happened before the fight? He's like, Donald Trump called me, told me I got to whoop this Russian guy's ass. They're making him look bad on
Yeah,
the
yeah.
news.
That's the best. Yeah.
It's so good. That's the same
Derek
like
Lewis
Khabib.
is hilarious,
Oh,
man.
he's fucking
Fucking
great. He's
hilarious.
such a funny guy. He's great. He's a great
His
fighter,
Instagram
too.
is hilarious, dude.
I love
He is
his
unintentionally
organic
funny.
quality to
Yeah,
it.
it's
Like,
okay. And it's always he's
No,
all right. He's
Derek.
all right. Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
He is very unintentionally
Don't follow
funny,
UFC,
you know?
yeah. But when I watch it,
I think he knows he's
I
being
love
funny.
watching it when
You
I'm
think?
there, but I
Yeah.
just don't follow it. But I love it.
I think he's
when I
unintentionally
see it.
funny. He's
Nah,
one of
it's one
those
of the
guys
best
that's
sports
just
ever,
funny.
dude.
It's fun to watch.
think
maybe I
I-
should get more into it. But
You're not a violent guy.
Yeah, I'm not a
You're a
violent
lover,
guy.
not a
Yeah,
fighter.
yeah,
You like to
that
make
is
love. You like your chest
But
to
I
be
do.
wet
I
from
do
making
like a good fight when
love.
I see it. I mean,
Yeah, Mark's looking at
when
the
I used to watch
ring
Muhammad
girls.
Ali-
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
When I was
No, I
there
actually
at the
grew up
Rumble
with-
in the Jungle.
I actually grew up with Mike Tyson, but when Mike Tyson fight, that was so exciting. You know?
Oh, Mike Tyson! Mike Tyson is my favorite
That was
fighter
so
to this
exciting.
day. My favorite all-time fighter of all time is Mike Tyson. There's
Yeah,
nothing,
more than Muhammad Ali.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I grew up with Mike, and it was Iron Mike, and he was so eloquent and well-spoken.
Yeah,
and also
he's-
such a
he still
killer.
is. He still
He
is.
still
He still
is
is.
incredible.
And now
smart.
the
He's a
character
poet,
development
man.
Mike Tyson has done
Oh,
as a
marvelous.
person.
Yeah.
Now he is a fucking
Nah.
philosopher.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's
it's
like a
insane. He
philosopher.
goes from
It's
like this
insane.
fucking animal, and then now he's like Buddha.
Yeah.
I think he has that. I think he's tapped into his animal side and his spiritual
Just a lot of
side.
mushrooms, I think.
I
Man.
think so. I think so. Genuinely.
fucking
No, but right now,
DMT and
Some of the things that
yeah.
Mike Tyson says now, they're very profound. They make a
Absolutely.
lot of sense.
Yeah, no,
Don't
it's
forget,
incredible.
this guy was as famous as Mike Tyson, as Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
or any of the
He
most
was?
famous peoples of the 90s.
yeah.
He was
Absolutely.
the most famous man on the planet.
I have a question. When he, because I wasn't living in Sweden at the time when he fought Evander Holyfield and did the he bit the guy's ear. He bought Evander's
bit the ear.
off. Yeah. Why wasn't he canceled though? I was surprised by that.
Well, he's uncancelable.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
what are you going to
it's
cancel?
Mike
There
Tyson,
wasn't
man.
social media back
no,
then.
no,
When
no.
you
But
gonna
you think
cancel?
he would be canceled today if he did that?
No, and I'll tell you
man.
why. Because Mike Tyson, he's uncancelable.
It depends on who
Because
you are. Exactly.
He's the baddest man on the
Oh.
planet, and he's already done so much fucked up shit that nothing he does is over the line anymore. Because he has a different line for everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but also why didn't
You
I'm
see
not
his
saying he
upbringing,
should've
where he
lost
comes
it.
from,
Why
yeah.
didn't he lose his respect or his fans because of doing that?
I'll
Well,
tell
he
you
did
why.
lose a lot of fans. That's for sure. You know.
I'll tell you why. Because
Not
people-
all of them.
I don't think he did.
No, he
man.
lost a lot of fans. I think.
Some people in the boxing world found it despicable, blah,
Exactly,
blah, blah. But
exactly.
I think they were just latching on to something that he did that was against the rules or whatever. Also, it's kind of
Well,
like...
he repented for his
Did you
mistake,
see the
did.
interview
of course.
with him?
but-
The interview with him and Evander Holyfield.
Yeah.
It's like, and I think it's Larry King that's interviewing him. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
Mike,
Rest in
why
peace, Larry
did you
King.
why did you bite Evander's ear? And his reply is just, I thought I was sorry.
He repented. Let him go.
Even
I love
Evander's like laughing like Jesus. Like, I thought I was sorry. What do you want from me? I thought I was sorry. Let's go get some floor.
it. He's a legend. Legend.
He's a legend. He's amazing. He's an incredible fighter as well. He's just an amazing guy. The whole thing about his face tattoo was crazy though. When he first did it, you know, that giant tribal tattoo he got on his face. I mean, it was.
I even forget he has it
crazy.
still.
Yeah, he still has. I mean,
He still has it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not gonna
forget-
go
I don't
away.
even think about it because it's just Mike Tyson.
Do any of you box? Do you box?
I,
You don't
I
look like
dabbled
boxers.
a little bit. Yeah.
Well,
Still-
he was a football player in high school.
Oh, you
American
Football
football or
player.
soccer?
American football.
American football. What
American
position did you
football.
play?
I played offense and defensive line.
Nice. You got the build for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I slimmed down. I used to be about 315.
Holy shit.
315.
Yeah, he was a big boy. You guys
315.
know
Yeah, I
pictures
used to
of
be
him.
Muscular
315.
or
Wait,
fat?
how much is that in
Both,
kilos?
yeah,
I don't
big,
understand
both,
pounds.
yeah.
Like 1,000 kilos. I don't know.
Big boy.
No,
yeah.
how much is that in kilos, really?
That's 200
Yeah,
kilos.
it's
Yeah,
100,
200
yeah,
kilos.
180 kilos or something like that.
No, that's like 125.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm thinking.
315
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, kilos,
So I'm
kilos?
80, yeah, you're 100.
315 is like
yeah.
120 kilos, I think.
120,
120,
120, yeah.
No, more, man. More.
No.
I was 121 kilos, fat, not muscle. After COVID.
I'm 120 now.
120,
Yeah.
which is I know 245 pounds.
Yeah.
Like 260 pounds.
Dude, I'm 95 kilos right now. I'm 211.
Yeah, 211. That's right. Yeah.
Is 96 kilos, I think, is 211.
Yeah.
So kilos and pounds, the way I look at them,
So
is
none of us know the conversion between
no one knows that. No one
That's what we've
fucking
decided.
knows.
mathematicians on this table.
What we've discovered is none of us know how to convert
No,
kilos to pounds.
the way I look at it is kilos. It's 2 times as much for pounds, and then add a little
2.2.
bit more.
A little
so
bit
if
more.
it's
Yeah, that's math.
so if it's
A little bit more.
So if it's 200 pounds, slim it down by 2, so 100 kilos, but then a little bit more, 93.
A
So
little bit more.
120 is like 240 then, 250.
Exactly.
More,
It's
250.
not- you're
Oh,
you're getting
shit,
very
then
close.
You're probably right. Then
I
it
don't know.
is like
315 is like 160 kilos. at least.
Yeah,
150.
maybe something like that. Yeah.
A little bit less.
What else we've learned is that
140,
if you're
dude. Well, that's
flying,
big
if
boy.
you're
How did,
planning on
how did you
flying,
get so big? What were you doing? Eating fucking protein shakes?
roids,
Dude, no.
Never did
Roids?
roids.
Never did
protein?
roids.
I've never taken
Lots of
roids.
beef.
Always wanted to.
Lots
Never
of-
did.
I've always
just
wanted to
fucking
do
I always
roids,
wanted to try
but
it,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna.
I would go to
I'm too
football.
scared.
Yeah, I would do football practice and like fucking right after football practice, dude. I could literally fucking take down fucking wet burrito, 8 tacos, and a fucking nachos, dog.
Did you see
And
yourself? Was more women less attracted or more attracted to you at that weight?
It was just they were trying. It was just different kind.
Fat
He was
women.
he was only
Yeah, I was a little bit more bigger ladies, you know.
He was only interested in food, not women at that point.
Yeah.
All he wanted were those burritos. He was like, ladies, please.
No, he's into the tacos.
Yeah, unless you're bringing cheese and
Yeah.
shaved meat, then this
It's
is not gonna happen.
yeah, a good date
Shave
was like
meat.
us just fucking destroying a fucking restaurant. You
This is
know.
in LA, right?
No, this was in Ohio. This was when I was in college.
Oh,
when I was in
Ohio?
college,
you were in college in Ohio?
I was in
you're
college
That
in
explains
Ohio.
a lot of
Ohio? You were
things.
playing Ohio football?
Nah,
Or college
not,
football?
not Ohio State. It was like a small Division II
But
school.
you were still playing football.
I
in
was
college.
still, I was still there on a scholarship. Yeah, it was Division II, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm only like 6'2".
Yeah.
Did you
6'1" and a half,
did you ever-
6'2".
There are some big boys at college level.
Yeah,
At that
yeah.
point,
Did
you're
you-
not even
Yeah,
the biggest
I mean,
guy
my
on the
dream was to
field.
go to USC, but I'm not.
So
Like,
that
I had
was-
to be
that-
like fucking 6'5".
So you had dreams of being a big football player when you were younger.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what's more violent, rugby or American football?
American football, 100%.
I think so.
Rugby, I've never been more tired in my life. I played rugby. I've never been more tired in my
Hell of
life.
a lot more running and cardio in rugby.
I've never been more tired in my life than.
And what people say, the English people, I played rugby in England for years, almost 10 years.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know.
And they used to say, they used to be like, rugby's it's a man's game, fucking man's game. And American
What's the difference,
football,
though? What's the difference between rugby and American
there's
football?
quite a lot of differences, but mainly what we used to tell them was, because I played American football too at an American school, it's like, because you're wearing pads, they're like, they're a bunch of Nancy's, they wear pads, they're soft. I'm
That
like,
makes the
because
difference.
you're wearing pads, you can
can
hit
go
harder.
harder.
It's the same, like when they
it's like
brought
fucking
gloves
trucks
in
hitting each other,
to
yeah.
the UFC, there were a lot more head injuries and knockouts and brain
Okay,
injuries
okay.
because the guys weren't bare knuckle
You can
anymore.
go harder.
You could hit full power, and before,
Right.
if you hit a guy full power in the head, you broke your hand.
You broke your hand.
So
You
there
can
were
also hurt
more
yourself.
Head
Yeah.
injuries after they brought in gloves.
Makes
Same with
sense.
American football.
So
You could
wait,
just hit-
That's what I see. I feel like there's more CTE in American football than there is in
Absolutely.
rugby.
So-
just because of that helmet-to-helmet
Because
So hold on,
clash all
hold
the
on.
time.
So the difference between rugby and American football is the padding.
Not just that, there are some major rule differences.
A
too.
rule
There's-
difference
There's
as
a
well.
lot more
I
free
went to-
play.
I
in
went
I don't know
rugby
because I
than-
don't watch
Yeah.
any of those.
American
Rugby
football
never
is-
stops. It's
Yeah.
it's constant like
Well, I
movement of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went
And
to
then
San
American football is like
yeah.
5 seconds of fucking like
I
intense.
went to San Diego State before I went to college in Los Angeles and LA. I had roommates that were rugby players. These guys came home from the rugby because I never cared a shit about, but they would come home to our apartment and they were stitching their heads up.
Yeah.
Holy
all
shit.
bruised up. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
rugby looks a little bit harder than American football to me.
But
So
that's
it's
those are
brutal,
more
dude.
visible injuries.
It's a brutal sport, yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah, maybe
for
there's
sure.
the same thing with like UFC, and then there's also the bare knuckle FC, which is the BKFC, the bare knuckle fighting championship. They also fight like the UFC, but they fight without the gloves.
That shit is crazy.
They fight bare knuckles. Well, it's boxing rules, but still, they fight bare knuckles. So there's a lot more blood, but there's also less knockouts than the UFC, less knockdowns.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if you hit a guy full power with your bare knuckle, you probably
There's less
break your
blood,
hand.
but there's more brain injury. Yeah, basically, yeah.
How do you feel about women's blood sports?
I'm not a
sports?
big fan.
Neither
I'm
am
not a
I.
big fan of,
What about you,
women
Nemo?
women in the UFC.
What do you think? What do you
I mean,
think?
I respect it. I mean, there's definitely. I mean, I think it's like. I mean, I respect it. I think they should be able to do because when you see chicks like Ronda Rousey or like who's the champion?
Valentina
Amanda
Shevchenko and
Nunes.
Alexa Ross is
Like
currently
those
champion
chicks
in the
don't-
UFC.
Rousey was the greatest ever.
They need that, They're built for that. They want that, so they should have a sport for that. And it's
Ronda
exciting
Rousey,
to watch. Like,
Ronda Rousey was violently knocked out by Amanda Nunes, and Amanda Nunes is retired right now. Currently, the champion is Alexa Grasso from Mexico.
What was that girl that
First ever Mexican-born UFC champion.
I met
She's
her
a women
on
champion.
the Hunter Biden movie while we were doing it. She was in Magdalorian. What was her name?
Ronda Rousey.
No, the Magdalorian girl, the one that was she was. In,
Oh, the Mandalorian.
Hawk-
I don't know. I forget her name. Yeah,
She was canceled because of some.
How do you feel about a big, buff, fit, CrossFit type woman? Yeah,
Do you think a woman could ever hit hard enough to knock you out?
Hell yeah.
You do?
Absolutely.
Women from the
Ronda
UFC.
Rousey would knock you the fuck out.
I don't
Me,
think so.
all
You
of
don't
us.
think
here.
Holly Holm could take you out with the
Yeah.
fucking?
No, I
with the-
think
with-
I think
easy
any.
with
I
the
think
leg
look,
kick, dude.
look. Let me tell you
Come
like
on.
this. I think any professional fighter could knock me out. Of course, I'm not a professional fighter, and they're
Dude, you really think a woman?
they're way
could-
better than
could beat
me.
you up?
But there's also one other thing. Like here's Amanda
woman
Nunes.
could beat you up.
Here's
Get
Amanda
his ass kicked.
Nunes, the woman that knocked out Ronda Rousey. She knocked out anybody she's ever stepped in the octagon with, and she trains with Jorge Masvidal. And Jorge Masvidal recently said in an interview, whenever Amanda Nunes got in the ring with someone in the octagon with someone with a man, they had to tell the man to go a little bit lighter because she doesn't have the strength, she doesn't have the testosterone.
yeah.
That's what they said,
Sure, fair enough. But like,
She
I've
could knock
trained-
me out probably, but
Us here, probably, yeah. But like,
I'll
I've trained.
take her. No, just kidding. Kick my ass.
I trained a little bit of jiu-jitsu for a couple of years, and there are some, obviously anybody, blue, brown, purple belt up, female jiu-jitsu competitor will choke you out.
no, of course.
Easy, yeah.
Well,
because
he's a martial. You're a.
I'm a martial artist.
Yeah, he's a really
many
talented
years.
guy.
But
So, what's your art?
What
I
do you
was
do?
training kung fu for
Kung fu? Okay.
maybe 27 years now.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
No,
and I've been
he's
boxing.
a badass.
Seriously?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
he's
I've been
really-
boxing for
Holy
about
shit.
5 or
Really
6
talented.
years, and jiu-jitsu for about 5 6 years.
Nice,
as well,
bro.
yeah.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the thing about
Nice.
that is, like, I knew a little woman. She was a girl then, but she's a woman now, probably. Not yet a woman. She's 45 kilos. I was 100 back then, and she trained Wing Chun Kung Fu with me. And trying to spar with her was like putting your hand in a meat grinder. You know, she would find your weak spots and just go at them. She was a highly, highly experienced martial artist. Could she knock me out? No. But could she cripple me and disable me? Hell yeah.
But could she knock out someone who doesn't have any experience in martial arts?
Probably, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Can I say something? I think some of these women are really attractive and beautiful.
Let me just say something. She hot as fuck.
He's so fucking fine.
Mark is single from tomorrow.
No,
All power to the woman. She's fine as hell.
I met Gina Carano here in Belgrade. Gina Carano. Okay, she's a beautiful woman, actress and fighter.
Sure.
And I thought I would never be attracted to this type of woman, right?
She's gorgeous,
When I saw
right?
her.
When you saw her.
Gina Carano.
Fit, athletic, gorgeous.
Sweet, gentle like a woman. So my prejudice about that.
She's such a
kinda
lover.
changed.
She's gentle like a woman. She's so fine and gentle.
She's so fine.
Very Chicano.
Bed to make love.
Very Chicano of your Mark.
Chicano.
A mystic warrior.
It might be Chicano here.
You're such a
but,
lover, man.
But
You're
Nemo,
such a fighter, I swear to God.
Nemo looks more Mexican than Mark.
Yeah, you look more Mexican.
I like Portuguese.
Órala, wey, dog.
I'm jealous because you got more Mexican than me. And he works at a Mexican restaurant.
Fair enough. That's why they hired him.
Lachona, dog.
Can we do plugs now?
What if she had? What if she
26
has like
gang
a,
at Ubisoft Lachona, baby.
What if this woman? Could you be attracted to a woman who was really buff, like a fitness competitor, lots of bigger muscles than you? Let's put it that way.
Oh, bigger than me?
Bigger than
I'm a
maybe
big
not
guy,
you.
man.
You're a big guy. You're a
I'm
big muscular guy.
I wouldn't want to be with a woman that's bigger than me, but bigger than Nemo, yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? I like a muscular, fit, attractive woman. I gotta say,
of
maybe
course.
not like jacked more than me, but like a fit, muscular
But
woman.
to be in a relationship or even like to marry someone, it's all about what's in the head, right?
Are we talking about fucking here, though, man?
Talk
about it.
if we're talking
We're talking about shallow sex.
If we're talking about shallow
And
sex-
landing strips and muscles. We're not talking about fucking
then
marriage.
it doesn't matter, man.
Pussy.
It's about how desperate you are.
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
He's
You're
a
not married?
sensitive bitch, is what he is.
What's your favorite like body type of a woman? What's your when you see that?
I like the model chicks, man. The skinny, tight waist, long legs, long arms, high maintenance. Yeah, that's
Fair
true.
enough. Fair
Those are
enough.
the expensive ones, man.
Yeah.
I know,
What about
man.
you, Nemo?
That's why I
What's your
gotta
type,
earn a lot
man?
of money, man.
What's your type? What's the type body type of a woman you go for? You're like, you know the type.
I'm definitely ass more than tits. I like a good ass.
Philosopher of the group. I would go like ass over titties, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's
it's
funny.
all like, I mean, you're in different moods sometimes. You know, sometimes you like a spinner, sometimes you like a thin chick,
What's
and
a
then
spinner?
you
What's
know,
a
a little
spinner?
Small ones.
Tell me
small,
more.
thin. You know, you can throw it around really easily. You can pick her
It's a
up.
California. It's a California thing.
We used to call it a pocket rocket.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah,
right.
built for
It's a
speed,
pocket
not for
rocket,
comfort.
right,
You know,
yeah.
you can kind of spin her. You know, just put
Gotcha.
her on.
Yeah.
Boom.
Wow. That's not chauvinistic at all. So, yeah. so
Maybe
you
a
like
little
the
bit.
little petite, kind of svelte, slim.
Sometimes.
Okay. Other times. What's your like go-to kind of you feeling nasty kind of body type?
Well, that's if I'm feeling nasty, I just want to dominate a chick, and I like a spinner.
Wow. What about you, Mark? You're not a dominant kind of. You're a masculine man, but you're not like.
I've been fortunate enough to have a variety of women in my life,
That was a fucking shock to all of us.
and to be honest with you, it depends on my mood.
Sure, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Sometimes
I
you-
like this or I like that, but they're all beautiful. I love
Because
women.
I've seen you with very slim, seen you with full-figured women.
Yeah,
I've seen you
no,
with
I
all
think,
types.
I think they all have qualities, and I love every type depending.
Is anybody
on how I
else
feel.
wet? I'm wet. Is anybody else
I gotta be honest with you. Man.
dripping?
Yeah,
I
and
am.
nationality doesn't matter. Age doesn't matter.
Nationality doesn't matter.
No.
What about like Northern England?
I had a girlfriend from Manchester.
Fair enough.
Holy shit! But then Manchester, is it Northern England?
Yeah, it's Northern.
It is?
Yeah, it counts as
And
Northern.
she was lovely.
It
Yeah,
is,
it's
okay.
Northern
I
England.
like Manchester.
On the
girls,
border
yeah.
of Scotland.
The border with Scotland.
I've been with Scots.
Scottish women.
I mean-
Oh, beautiful.
No, but I've had really successful things with Scottish girls. I've been very lucky, I gotta say.
And none of you have ever done any gay shit. Tony definitely not, apart from that one little spoon incident that he's still insecure about.
Let's not talk about that.
Is this revealing time? Is it a psychologist interview? Or?
Not really.
It can be
Nemo,
whatever you
you
want
never
it to
did
be,
any
man.
gay shit.
No.
Mistakes were made.
There was a pause.
No.
There was a pause.
No. He was in the locker room at Ohio State College, and there were just so many dicks in the shower. And
And I
he,
saw
That's,
this
I mean,
one.
is that gay shit though? Because
not gay shit,
no, but
no.
it's
you
funny.
can
when-
admire another man's penis without it being gay shit, right?
No, it's funny when
No,
you're
really.
when you're on like a football team or like. No, when you're in like.
I've seen a couple of penises I was full of admiration for, and I ain't ashamed to admit it.
before in my life.
Yeah, shit. Tell me about the locker room.
trouble,
What
dude.
happened?
No, I'm saying when you're in like a football team or like a rugby team or a sport
Yeah.
like that that's so masculine and there's
Right.
so much like testosterone going down.
Like
Like
you're
the
gonna
joke.
pop a boner from time to time.
No,
it's just natural.
the jokes is like everyone's like fucking shooting gay jokes, you know?
Right. Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
it's such a masculine shit that everyone's just like cracking these like gay jokes.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's so masculine.
That's
it's like
fascinating to me because like I've trained jujitsu for a while, right? And jujitsu is really gay. Like there's
just like-
it's super gay. And you're
the
on
triangle
ground,
choke is just
the
sucking
triangle
the dick,
choke.
yeah.
Like we're in there, and so the guys make gay jokes all the fucking time. Like I'm gonna like you, they'll be choking you from the back, and they'll be like, "Hey, you like that, daddy, don't you?" All that shit because I think because it's gay, they feel threatened a little bit, and they make the jokes to diffuse the tension. Like you guys are all in the shower. We used to be in the shower with 50 other guys in the rugby team, and everybody's dicks are out. So you make a bunch of gay jokes, and you whip each other's butts with the towels and all that crap. But it's to diffuse the gayness, right? Also, the sex
Yeah.
helps a lot.
the sex helps for sure.
With each other?
Yeah, the gay sex helps diffuse the gay tension.
I gotta be honest with you. I always thought jiu-jitsu. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not gay phobia. I'm the farthest from it, but it just seemed kind of gay. I was like, wow, that's really.
It is. It's got. You're up
Some
close.
homosexual
You're up
aspects
really
to it.
close
Yeah,
and
so
personal with a guy.
I personally don't. I'm insecure of myself. I just don't like to be close to a man that close, no matter what it is.
You get used to it. You get used to it, and then
that's what
and
she
then,
said.
And the sex helps. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But no, but like the jujitsu, they make gay jokes constantly. Like I'm in the shower with my jujitsu trainer. All right, and this guy has the biggest fucking dick I've ever seen in my life. Right, this guy's dick hangs down. Like
How
we all
many
make
dicks
jokes-
have you seen, bro?
Bro, I've seen a lot of dicks. This guy's dick hangs down to his freaking knee, like
What
just
the
above the
fuck?
knee, and it's flaccid. Right, I'm looking at it. I'm like, dude, that is the biggest cock I've ever seen. Like,
He's
congratulations.
He's a shower, not a grower.
Yeah, that's what he said. He's like, no, it's the same, almost the same size.
Yeah, that's
And I'm
true.
like-
So
and
some men are like that, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I called everybody up. I'm like, hey guys, come check out Ursh's dick. Like, it's the biggest dick I've ever seen. And he's a nice guy. He's shy and shit. He's like, come on, man. I'm like, that is look, and everybody's looking like, wow, that is a huge dick. Good for you.
Good for
That
you,
is
bro.
freaking enormous. You are a tripod.
Good for
I
you.
used to work out at a gym.
Don't
in
come close to
Athens.
my girl. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Everybody's like, keep my woman away from this man.
I think you should stop drinking, dude.
You think so?
Too much.
Ah, get the fuck out of here.
Just
I used to work out at a gym in Athens. There was a little person who used to work out there, and the guy was like 2 feet tall, like really, really short guy, and really nice guy. And this guy was strong like a motherfucker. He could bench press 220 fucking
Holy
pounds.
shit, good for him.
And he's 2 feet tall, 2.5 feet tall. And we used to get changed in the locker room, and I'd see him. I swear to God, this guy's dick hung to the freaking floor. Right?
the fuck?
And I used to say, to the
Full
guy,
of
I was like,
testosterone.
and I told the guy, I was like, that is a huge cock. And I was like, is that an optical illusion, you know, because you're really small and the dick looks bigger? And it's like, no, it's that big.
They have
Like,
normal sized
no,
dicks,
no,
man.
This guy had a big cock on anybody, like on a normal sized person.
They have a normal sized dick, man.
This guy had a huge cock by anybody's standard. And I said to him, I was like, that is amazing. I've never seen such a huge cock before. And you're like 2 feet tall. And his response was, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away. I was like, this
Touche,
guy-
my man.
Fucking
Touche.
A. He had that one locked and loaded, I think. But
He
that's
probably
crazy,
said that
right?
a couple times. That
That's
was
crazy.
the first time he said
Imagine
that.
being 2.5 feet
But
tall.
that,
and you have a half a
that
foot
goes
long
back to
dick.
the question: do women really
Mini-me.
care about big size cocks?
No, I didn't think so.
I think some do.
I think they do. I think
some do.
I think 80% of women.
I didn't think
Nah,
so.
dude,
I
but
think a woman
most
once in
chicks
every.
are like, I want a big cock, and they can't even fucking handle it.
No.
Most of the chicks, it's just like. I
think they want an average size dick,
dude.
man.
And it's,
Yeah, you think so?
They want an average sized dick. If you have too big of a dick, it's a problem.
I
If
think-
you have a too small of a dick, it's a problem.
Yeah,
They
I
want
think
an
you're
average sized
absolutely
dick.
right.
They want an
Yeah.
average sized dick.
Maybe not average, but they definitely don't want below average.
Exactly.
They're happy with average
No,
and above.
Of course.
Below
But
average-
average is like.
But how
Average
above-
is 4 inches. Man.
Average is 13 17 centimeters, you know?
Nobody knows what that is.
Yeah.
Fuck, now we're doing conversions again,
inches,
bro.
man,
What the fuck,
inches.
man? We're
Nobody
on
knows
inches.
what inches are, bro.
We established we don't know how to do conversions. All
I
right.
don't have to do inches, man. I'm talking
It's
inches.
6 to 8 is 8 is big. in
Let's go. Hey,
America.
this is a good.
Are you talking about inches?
It's a good beer. Are we talking about inches or centimeters?
But I really look.
you know what? You know what's the most?
3 liters or 5 liters?
You know what's the most American thing to say? What the fuck is a kilometer?
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Well, you heard about this guy, this this YouTube guy who's marrying this girl who's a fighter. What's his name? Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
And he's marrying this woman that is very, she evidently she had a history and so forth. And there is a video of her saying, "I want a big, thick cock right in my vagina."
Yeah, apparently Dylan
And
Dennis.
I'm thinking to
Vagina.
myself,
Vagina.
I go, well, there is women who want that, right?
Sure, there are.
So there's, but
course,
that's
yeah,
not
size
the
queens.
main. But maybe because she's dated so many guys and she preferred that. Because women who haven't had a lot of sexual partners, they're happy with what they.
I think Tony's
Dude,
right.
vaginas are different sizes too, dude. Some
That's
they got
true.
that
That's true.
shallow puss, and then you're just fucking destroying the cervix.
Again, the philosopher of the group.
No, I'm dumb as fuck.
the shallow puss, man. It's just fucking.
I wear the glasses
short.
to make me look smart, but I'm a fucking idiot.
You are pulling the wool over all of our eyes, I tell you. The glasses really make you look like intellectual. Man, the shallow puss, bro. Fucking shallow, man. It's like half your
This is the
dick.
guy with a full family, by the way.
That's hilarious.
There's a little bit of Alex in him, right?
That's fucking great. I love it. I mean, I think Tony's right. I think like a woman's happy with anything average and above.
Exactly.
I like if they like the
But
guy,
not
she's
too
like,
much
yes,
above. Not
average.
too much above.
Sure. If the guy's got an enormous fucking cock, definitely
That's a
it's
problem. That's a problem.
But some women
can- you can-
obviously love it. But
Some
like,
women do, but if a woman is not satisfied with your average dick, then she is the problem, not you.
Well, we are not qualified because it's not up to us. We're not the one. They're the ones with who are enjoying our dick. So we
That's
just
true.
offer what we have, and we let the
But you're
chips fall
also
where they may.
you're also enjoying her.
Well,
so
that's the
if
question.
she is too loose, it's
Yeah.
not your problem.
That's
it's
the
her
question I
problem.
want to ask you.
Exactly.
Have you ever had like an unsatisfyingly loose vagina?
Never.
It's always been pretty tight.
Fortunately, never. Yeah.
Nemo, what about you,
come
man?
on.
No, never.
Well, how many women have you had? Let's
Well,
be
I have a pretty big dick. So.
Look how happy he is with himself. You know he's telling the truth and he's happy with
Tony,
himself.
Tony,
Not classy
Tony,
at all.
Tony,
Just
Tony.
fucking obvious
Tony,
about it.
every man has had a woman. If he's had plenty of women
Yeah.
that has had a bigger vagina than they're
Than his
accustomed to.
I don't know,
Yeah.
bro. Maybe
It's
I
like,
didn't,
what's
maybe
that
didn't have
say-
enough vaginas in my life, bro.
What is that saying that you're just like fucking a bucket of milk, right?
I never had that.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, but you heard that. It's an American expression.
Fair
You heard
enough.
that
Is it
expression.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it depends on how many women have you had, because a man's gonna find a woman that's like, and I don't think it has to do with because she had so much sex with other men. I think
No,
they're
she
built
does.
that way.
She's
It's
gotta-
their bone
yeah.
structure.
But it's not just that. It's
So
also
wider
how many
puss,
toys
yeah.
does she use, It's also
Wow.
that.
And I could fall in love with a woman who has a bigger pussy, because to me that's secondary to her. No, I swear to
I could
God.
fall in love with a
I-
woman who has a bigger pussy than my cock.
Why do you talk like I got an accent like that?
You don't have that accent, but I like
Just because
to.
the way is that a racist thing, dude?
I think it might be a little bit. Yeah, I had a couple of beers and.
Yeah, but he is Mexican. He can say it, right? I'm
He
1%
can.
Jew, so I can make Jew jokes, right?
Yeah.
I don't think 1% gives you the right to make
Bro,
Jew jokes.
I'm
I think
fine-
you got to be at least 20% Jew.
No, bro,
to make Jew
shalom.
jokes.
What are you talking about, man?
1%? Yeah, I think you can.
Imagine how much money I would make if I was 2% Jew.
Aren't we all technically African though? So
No, I'm not. I did a DNA test. I'm not African.
Nemo,
No.
you African?
chill out, dude.
Nemo, you have any African
From the
blood?
waist down, he
From the
says.
way-
Jesus, from the waist down.
Yeah,
Like they took the DNA sample from your penis skin.
Nah, I really wanted to be at least 1% African, but instead I got 1% Jew, so I'm embracing it.
We all
I
wanted 1%
came here thinking we were
African,
going to have an
of course.
intellectual conversation. We've been talking about penis and vaginas. And
That's
fighting.
every good conversation ends up at penis and vagina.
It's a
let's
very
be honest.
manly conversation.
Absolutely. Is it?
If we had one woman here, this conversation would be a lot different.
That's
That
why I
is
kept
true.
this all
That
men.
is
Yeah. There's a very different vibe. Also, if there's all women, it's a very different conversation.
I agree.
Which I really enjoy
100%.
that dynamic. Like,
100%.
like, and when you're with all women, you can gay it up a little bit, and then
little
they
bit,
kind of
a
accept
little
you into the group.
A little bit of feminine, a little bit of
Little
femininity.
bit.
Yeah.
Have you got that in you? I don't know. You
Yeah,
haven't
I
been the
do,
small
man.
spoon enough.
I do. Why not? It depends on the situation. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I said it
Fair
very
enough.
Italian.
Absolutely. Sit to the situation.
But you guys, I mean, lately, I don't know, maybe I'm going through some existential crises in my life, because things happen in my life. do you ever think like we're human? We're just creatures, and
Yeah.
we have sex, and we eat, and we shit, and we sleep, and then we die. I've been thinking about this, and the whole thing is so. I don't know. The older I get, the more abstract and weird it becomes. When you're young, you're like, just accept it. This is life. This is great. Balloons and cherry blossoms, whatever.
Yeah.
But now, as I get older, I realize like, wow, this is just weird.
Well, that's fascinating because there's a quote from a guy I really like, a scientist I respect called Graham Hancock, and he says that human race are like Neanderthals with nuclear weapons. And you think about something as basic as attracting a mate, we still do the most primitive ape-like behaviors, like popping each other's pimples and shaving your genitals so that they appear more.
Yeah, we have
attractive.
a nuclear.
Exactly.
And longer.
Yeah, exactly. Just to appear slightly longer, to attract the mate, to trick her into liking you, and like all these basic things. Shaving your face, growing a beard, having a mustache,
We're animals.
Having breast implants,
these really basic, primitive
implants,
things.
We're just animals.
Lip
Exactly.
implants.
So we have this obtuse balance between our intellectual selves, where we can read a book and understand the abstractness of it, and then our base animal instincts, when we're like, no, some shallow puss, man. Like where we have this like really basic.
We're all kind of both, though, aren't we?
We're all
primal,
both,
and we're this kind of intellectual.
But do you guys think an intelligence created us, or did we evolve?
I don't know, man. The more I experience life, I think.
Do you think there's an intelligence that created the flower, the meadow, the tree?
Honestly, I think the best answer to that is that I don't know.
That is the best answer.
Honestly,
Nobody knows.
It's the best answer I can give. I don't know. I have an idea.
Pretentious to say that we know.
Exactly.
No, of course we don't know.
It's far
can only
beyond
believe.
that.
Yeah, we
if
can
there
only
is a
believe.
God or isn't, or the universe is an accident, or by design, or it's somehow a crystallization of its own entity, of its own self. How it's beyond our understanding.
But there's only
as
one,
apes who pop each
that's
other's
true.
fucking pimples.
But there's one
you know?
thing. There's one thing that's true. The same intelligence that created or didn't create whatever, what I just mentioned, the tree, the meadow, the flower, also created us.
Yeah, that's beautiful, Tony.
Right?
The tree, the meadow.
Tony, I want you to cuddle with me, and I want to.
Can I be the big spoon?
Fuck off!
I want to be the big spoon.
big spoon.
I'm trying to be intellectual here.
Can you say something about meadows again? I'm just kidding.
All right,
I didn't even know. I didn't even know what meadow means.
That was sweet. That was sweet. I like that.
That'll do. We're great.
Awesome. Let's go. Oh my God! I need to go to the toilet.
Go get it.
You got what you needed there?
Oh shit! This battery ran dead. God knows when it ran out. We're all right.